my role is predominantly to work, I guess, the most closely with the students in the college.
Yeah.
So I work with student leaders, first years, second years, third years. I liaise with staff, and I guess I'm sort of that communication link often between students and the admin.
Yeah, sure.
And generally a lot of things that come into it. Do you want me to mention what?
Yeah.
So I've got a degree in psychology, or a Bachelor of Psychological Science with honours from UQ. I use that, I suppose, in the pastoral care aspect of the role, so general well-being of students, that sort of thing. And then I also look after academic guidance, so when people aren't sure what they're doing within their degree, or what subjects to choose, or what career paths to take, we talk about that too. So a lot of talking.
So you just mentioned that you work with a lot of student leaders and different groups within the college.
Yeah.
Obviously that would require different forms of communication, like on different levels. So like first years who are a bit, antsy, don't know what to do, and then leaders who are taking on a role within the college.
Definitely.
So do you agree with that you use different effective communication throughout that role?
A lot of the different communication that I use is based on, I guess, the perceived comfort level of the person that I'm communicating with. So obviously first years, as you said, are they're a bit more new to the university scene, they're a bit more new to what's going on at uni in general and at college. So, and I don't know them as well, so I'm obviously going to be a little bit less, not more formal, but a little bit less comfortable with them in general, because I don't want to, if I come in being all mates with them, they don't really know me yet, that's going to be a bit confusing. Whereas the third years, I've known them for 3 years, and the student leaders, I suppose, are confident in their position in the college. So I suppose my conversations with them are probably a little bit more casual because we know each other a bit better. We've built a relationship.
Yeah, exactly. So you mentioned you started a psychology degree. Do you think that really set out the fundamentals of understanding like the communications and within that degree to bring it into your role now?
Definitely. I think probably one of the biggest things that the psych degree helped me understand is how many aspects there are to communication, and communication is so much more than just what you say to someone and what they hear you say and what they say back to you. So I think psych helped me understand that there's someone might say something and mean something completely different. People might be motivated to say things for various reasons and then actually say one thing and do the opposite. And I'm more conscious of the fact that that's not necessarily a terrible thing, but it's just something that I'm very aware of, and that there's really a lot of reasons that just by having a conversation with someone, I can't work out all the reasons that they'd act a certain way, but I know that there's lots of factors that affect it. So I guess I see communication as just trying to understand as well as possible, and keep in mind that there's lots of different factors that affect the way people behave.
Yeah, exactly. So that, what you've just mentioned there, would also relate back to something we call empathy, like within our communication degree. Do you think that topic of empathy, you use that within, like what you said, like dealing with different girls, different problems? Everyone's at different stages within their life, I guess, so you have to understand it from a deeper level.
Yeah, I think empathy is sometimes a difficult thing to teach, but I think something like your psych degree helps you become more aware of the importance of empathy, and that by empathising with someone you're able to identify a bit more with where they're coming from and help them out a bit better. So empathy is a massive part of it. I think I'm naturally a pretty sort of empathetic person, but I think certainly being in the degree that I got and being in this role has helped me understand even more so the value of that, how important that is in trying to communicate with someone.
Exactly. And obviously we're discussing communication, but I like to think of it from a different point of view as listening also, so like assertive listening. So sometimes not always having to be the one talking and communicating. It's kind of good to sit back and just listen to it. Would you agree within
Definitely.
this
So
role?
I think early on in the job, when I first took it on, 3.5 years ago now, I thought my job was really to talk talk to people and tell them what I thought was the best thing for them to do, and now I've realised there's so much more value in allowing them to talk things out. And I just prompt them a little bit or ask different questions, and generally by letting them just talk it out, they'll arrive at the best solution for them, and they'll have a lot more conviction in carrying out that action because they think it's the better idea rather than me just saying, I think this is a good idea.
Sure.
So
And do you think that the way you communicate, obviously with the girls first, second, third year, it does change like you've already mentioned, but within staff also, like with the head, ILR and receptionist and all that type of thing, like do you think it differs? Or
the way I communicate with them? Yeah, definitely. I guess they're my colleagues, and they're I guess I think an important part of my role with students is developing a rapport with students in a language and a way of communicating that suits them, whereas